My sister is demanding to walk down the aisle at my wedding so she can feel like a bride. Now she's threatening to back out of the wedding altogether, but I'm not letting her hijack my day. I'm getting married to the love of my life in a few months. We both decided to wait until we were well off to be married so we could have our once-in-a-lifetime magical moment. However, my sister Stacy got married at 19. They were together for 5 months before he proposed. Their wedding was rushed and half our family couldn't even make it because of how soon it was planned and set up. It was small and just in a courtroom. No dress, party, just a legal wedding. However, my wedding is around $19,000 and we haven't even finished everything. It took us ages to set everything up and save. But Stacy recently came up to me while coming over and asked if she could walk down my aisle and meet her husband so she could feel like a bride. I laughed and asked if she was serious, and she was. She claims she never got her magic moment and just wants to feel special once. But it's my wedding and my special day. She had hers. Stacy claims it will only be between us and it wouldn't take away from me. But then I asked what she might wear and she showed me pictures on her phone of wedding dresses. Hard no for me. She then asked again yesterday in front of my fiancé, and I think it was an attempt to pressure me. He laughed and said no, thinking it was a joke, like I did the first time. My mother and Stacy's husband say I'm being an a-hole because Stacy still isn't rich, so she can't afford another wedding even if she wanted one. But neither are me and my future husband. We just planned for years. I just wanted one day for myself, but maybe I'm blowing it up because she never got the bridal experience. Update. Yesterday we met up for brunch. I told her as much as I love her, I've waited years for this day, and it was mine. She had hers, and if she truly wanted, she could have used the money I gifted her to get her own wedding. Her husband cut me off and said that they needed the money for rent, but she didn't let him talk. She started crying and asked her husband and my fiancé to step out for a few minutes. They both did, and she told me her husband and our mom had been the ones pressuring her since she had admittedly been jealous, and told them both she wished she could have a larger scale wedding. She said she had been over the whole thing until her husband started saying it wasn't fair because he was jealous he couldn't provide for her, and eventually complained enough she asked to walk down the aisle for him. Stacy said she was willing to fully back out of the wedding and would understand given the heartache she's given me, but I told her that her husband would be the one without an invite, which she gratefully agreed to. We talked more in depth about why she was jealous, and she said she regretted being married so early just so our father could be at her wedding. After a few more minutes and both of us crying and forgiving one another, my fiancé and her husband came back in. I told Stacy's husband he was uninvited, right then and there, and he seemed to understand why immediately. I decided to let my sister wear a dark silver or pale gold dress to match my theme and walk with me down the aisle, as my father sadly can't. She told me I didn't need to, but I insisted.